right, performers and achievers, welcome to Performers and Achievers Daily with me, Raj Gavurla. In today's episode, we're going to talk about two important concepts. The first concept is the use of your keywords when you're performing and achieving keywords. And then the other one is the use of your key phrases or cue phrases when you're performing and achieving. So, in the previous episode, we talked about experiencing breakthroughs. So, one of the things about experiencing breakthroughs is let's put some keywords to that. That when you do experience a breakthrough, one of the keywords to use may be sustainable. So, you want to experience sustainable breakthroughs because we can all do a breakthroughs or make breakthroughs that aren't sustainable. And we may have done that. We may have gotten injured. We may have like overstressed ourselves. We might have uh, put a little too much on something, and it's like, whoa, this is just way too much energy, effort, etc. And it's not sustainable because it's not necessarily something you can build upon, that you can grow upon, that you can make or evolve upon. It's just something that occurred. So, what's an example? Well, there's a real easy example from childhood. From childhood, I have two sisters, and my younger sister was learning to ride a bicycle. So I would run behind her, right, holding the edge of the seat. You could see her riding across the lawn, holding the edge of the seat. And then I'd let go a little and she'd keep going. And then she'd start to fall and I'd grab it. So we did this several times, several times, several times. And then afterwards, eventually she made what I'm calling experiencing a sustainable breakthroughs. And that is, as I let go, she just kept going. She went down a hill, and I never had to teach her how to ride a bike again. So that's what experiencing sustainable breakthroughs is about. It's something that you can actually build upon, grow upon, and evolve. Because obviously, from there, she was able to ride all throughout the neighborhood, ride to her friend's place. She was able to do a bunch of things, right? So that is an example of a sustainable breakthrough. So this happens in your performance when you're performing and when you're achieving. Are you experiencing sustainable breakthroughs? So today's episode is a concept of using your keywords when you're performing and achieving or cue phrases. So what do I mean by keywords and cue phrases? Well, for example, let's say you're at work and let's say you're needing to finish a few items, okay? And keyword or a keyword that you can use, I'm trying to get this straight, keywords and cue phrases. Keyword that you could use is obviously, you want to get all 10 of those done, right? However, you need to go through one at a time, right? So one keyword might be one. And then the next keyword might be two. Or you could use the keyword simple. So what that's doing is that it's creating in your mind, in your effort, in your actions, above the line actions and above the line behaviors, the way to approach accomplishing those 7 items. So if you're playing, let's say, a sport, and let's say there's a turnover. Now, your keyword may be counterattack. Or let's say you already have the ball and your keyword may be attack. Or let's say you have the basketball, your keyword may be shoot. So what did you notice? The keyword wasn't win. The keyword wasn't score, as in score a goal. That wasn't the keyword. The keyword is the actual action that's occurring, right? While you're performing and achieving. So a cue phrase could be, let's say you're on defense, get the ball, right? Or it could be get him. So we're not using keywords and cue phrases that are outcome oriented. It's not about the win, not about scoring. And there are several examples of this. You've heard players, NBA players, professional soccer players, all kinds of players, NFL players, tennis players. And they say, for example, that, hey, what were you thinking? What did you say to yourself? What was your self-talk when you hit that winning basket? And the reply is something to the effect of at least one person, shoot. That was his keyword. His keyword wasn't win. His keyword wasn't score. His keyword wasn't points. His keyword was shoot. And so in soccer, for example, keyword may be shoot, or it may be side net. It may be back of the net. It might be a cue phrase, shut him down. It might be the keyword dominate. So it's the actual keyword or cue phrase you use in helping you to perform and achieve while you're doing it. So obviously, it needs to be relevant to the performance and achievement you're doing. Okay? So that's very, very important. So one keyword could be calm. As you all know, I'm a competitive soccer player, a good competitive soccer player, a good competitive basketball player, and a good competitive tennis player. And so before I shoot the soccer ball, before I shoot a basketball, and before I serve a tennis ball, my keyword is calm, or cue phrase, feel effortless, or feel calm. And it's not always the same keyword or cue phrases. These again will be ingrained in your muscle memory to where you're not even really having to think about them, and they'll automatically pop out and come to fruition versus anything negative, right? And that's why we do elite mental performance mastery, the zone effect. You have your keywords and your cue phrases. So what is it doing when I'm serving a tennis ball and before I serve it, after I visualize my serve, after I know where I'm hitting it, what my plan is, what type of serve, what's the pace, what's the location, then calm, the word calm, my keyword. What that's doing is it's taking all the static out of me and it's making me feel effortless. And so, therefore, I'm not tensed hitting the ball. And because of that, I actually gain more speed on the ball. The ball has a better response when it's coming off the court, and I can put more spin on the ball just by using the keyword calm. Now, I use other key phrases while I'm serving the ball, like carve it, something to that effect. I might use jump into it, or I might use the keyword jump. So I have different ones based on what it is that's occurring during my performance and during my achievement during a tennis match. So that's very important for you to realize they're not outcome based. I'm not saying to myself, win the point. I'm not saying to myself or thinking to myself, win the match. No, I am completely doing one thing at a time, one at a time, one point at a time, one play at a time. And so, by doing so, by using keywords and cue phrases that are in the moment while you're performing and achieving, you will experience sustainable breakthroughs. And that's what I have for you today. And what you'll realize is as you're performing and achieving, that without you consciously coming up with your keywords or your cue phrases, they'll automatically occur so that you have those in your repertoire to use when it's the right time, right? So timing is very important. So you're not going to use the word side net when you're playing defense. Would it make sense? Or back of the net when you're playing defense. You would use the keyword or cue phrases like play good defense, get the ball, mark him, get him. I got him, right? Now, let's say you get the ball, then you might use the keyword cue phrase counterattack or attack. That makes sense? So your bonus, and I like to be practical in my videos so that you can go actually experience them and make sustainable breakthroughs. So by actually going out there and applying and implementing this, right? Put down what are your keywords when you're performing and achieving a specific task, a specific sport, and be specific. What are your keywords? What are your cue phrases? And call upon those and know when to use those. And you'll see that they'll become ingrained in your muscle memory and new ones will come to fruition instead of having negative thoughts or negative thinking coming in to your performance and your achievement. Because now you have coached, trained, and taught your mind the way to respond while you are performing and achieving. Go out there, make it a fun experience, and enjoy your day. If you like my podcast, go ahead and like it and comment in the comment section below. To help and support you with my private, personal, professional, confidential programs and services, visit rajgavurla.com, fill out the brief form, and we will contact you as soon as we can. Remember, your bonus for you to practically experience sustainable breakthroughs is to identify and write down what your keywords are while you're performing and achieving a specific task. And then what are your cue phrases when you're performing and achieving a specific task? Whether that's in business, whether that's with your family, whether that's while you're playing a specific sport. It's based on the situation. So make it relevant to the situation. Enjoy your day.